Hi, it's Lysine. One of my viewers asked me to comment on Unnatural Vegan's criticism of High Carb Hannah's potato cleanse, and I wasn't going to go into it, but I have been thinking about what to say and what I agree with and don't agree with in terms of it being a healthy diet or even a healthy thing to do for 30 days. And I think that Unnatural Vegan has some good points to make, but there are a few things I disagree with in the videos that she made, and I'll just let you know what they are, and maybe you'll learn something from me as well. So, High Carb Hannah's potato diet was a potato cleanse, as she called it, for 30 days where anyone can eat as much potatoes as they want and also as much non-starchy vegetables, and overt fats are limited or eliminated. So it is quite a restrictive diet, but there's still a lot of variety that can be had on the potato diet, and you can design it in a way that is nutritionally complete if that's what you're aiming for every day with this diet. So one of the criticisms that Unnatural Vegan had was that no overt fats are included on the potato diet for 30 days.
Why would you want to encourage people to avoid or even just severely limit overt fats?
And she said that overt fats can be important for staying satiated or just for your omega-3 or omega-6 nutrients and all those healthy fats that she claims that you need to include in your diet every day. But I don't really agree with that because I think everyone's different. So if someone wants to eliminate overt fats for 30 days, there's no need to criticize them for that because they could be doing what's right for them. Some of you might have heard of Nina and Randa on YouTube. You probably have, but they found that their acne was a lot better eliminating the overt fats like the avocados and the nuts. If someone's going to eliminate them for 30 days, they're not going to suffer a deficiency. They probably will survive and they might even have some health benefits from it. So with me, I don't really eat that much overt fats. I don't think I've eliminated them completely for 30 days in a row before, but I'm sure that you can still be completely healthy without eating overt fats, because even the high carb foods like potatoes and fruit have small amounts of fats in them. They even have small amounts of saturated fat, so even plants have saturated fat in them. So I don't quite agree with Unnatural Vegan's criticism of eliminating overt fats, because I think that for some people they might actually feel better doing that.
Again, these temporary diets don't cleanse anything, and they don't teach people how to eat healthfully and sustainably. Sure, someone may lose weight following a juice cleanse or a potato cleanse, but they won't be able to maintain it because at some point they're going to have to go back to eating a regular healthy diet.
So Unnatural Vegan says that cleanses don't work, and she is right. Most cleanses out there don't work, especially if they're juice cleanses, or if people are water fasting to lose weight, or if people are eating a fruit only diet for a very long period of time and then they go back to eating starches but then they eat more calories, then they will gain more weight, because usually with these kinds of cleanses or diets, people are calorie restricting whether they know it or not. And with the potato diet, I agree that it can be very calorie restricting because potatoes are so satiating and you can get full really easily eating not that many calories. So I think that is the dangerous side of it, in terms of, well, it's not really dangerous, but it's just, it might not work so well for weight loss if you're eating less calories than usual because you're getting so full. So I think that's one aspect of it that might not be good, and you might not get the results that you want long term just going on a potato cleanse. So yeah, generally these things don't work long term, but they're good experiments, and it's fine to just learn from it, learn new recipes, learn to appreciate potatoes, and I think there's some positives that can come out of it, not necessarily weight loss or health benefits, but again, there's a lot worse things out there.
Here is a nutrition professor who lived on 1,800 calories of Twinkies, Hostess cupcakes, and Doritos and other junk for 10 weeks. He lost 27 pounds and his LDL dropped 20%. Here's a guy who has eaten a refined, sugar-predominated diet for his entire life, yet he's 5'10" and weighs only 150 pounds.
Obviously, the Twinkie diets and the refined sugar diets are a lot more unhealthy. First of all, the Twinkie diet is so full of fat and has so little nutrients, it's really unfair to compare a potato diet to the Twinkie diet or the refined sugar diet, because you can live a lot longer on potatoes and you can base a meal around potatoes. You can base all your meals around potatoes and be perfectly healthy. Even Unnatural Vegan proposed a plan that could include both potatoes and some really healthy non-starchy vegetables like broccoli and kale. And so even Unnatural Vegan can make a plan that is healthy and nutritionally complete.
Calories in versus calories out. When a caloric deficit exists, weight will drop and so will LDL, whether the diet is comprised of potatoes or Doritos.
Yes, you can calorie restrict on Doritos and you can calorie restrict on potatoes, but let's say that you don't calorie restrict on either of them. So let's say someone's eating 3,000 calories of Doritos and then they also eat 3,000 calories of potatoes. They're going to get different results long term from doing those two different things.
But fat is more calorically dense than carbs and proteins, so eating less avocados, nuts, and seeds could result in weight loss. But who cares?
I think eating 1 to 2 servings of nuts per day won't make you fat. And if you're eating a generally high carbohydrate, low fat, whole foods, plant-based diet, 1 to 2 servings of nuts is fine and healthy. But if you're trying to lose weight and you don't want to calorie restrict and you want to eat as much high carbohydrate foods as you want, and you find that you're gaining weight eating nuts, then I would advise cutting out those nuts and see what happens. If you are eating above a certain calorie limit and you're eating a lot of fat as well, that fat will be stored on your body. Whereas with carbohydrate, you don't generally store them as fat because they are first used up as energy and stored as glycogen and then burned off through thermogenesis. So normally fat makes you fat and carbs make you lean.
Yes, eating a diet of predominantly potatoes for 30 days is better than, say, a banana diet, since potatoes are more nutritious than bananas, but it's still clearly an inadequate way to eat. Juice cleanse, banana cleanse, potato cleanse, they're all unhealthy.
If you think you would enjoy that challenge, and as long as you include those non-starchy vegetables for variety and extra nutrients, it should be fine. And even if you wanted to eat only potatoes for 30 days, I doubt that you would suffer tremendously from it. You might even find some health benefits. But just to be safe, I wouldn't do it, and I prefer just eating a variety of foods for enjoyment. But some people might find that simplifying their diet makes life easier, and just by eliminating a lot of the other crap that they eat, they might find it easier to reincorporate foods and see what effect that those foods have on them. So not getting enough lysine in your diet can result in excessive hair loss or reduction in appetite or mood changes or fatigue. So I think if people are lysine deficient, they will feel one of these symptoms. I personally eat beans on occasion, but I'm not obsessive about getting all the lysine in my diet. I think just focusing on the bigger picture is the most important thing. I'm not saying that we should never look into the little things, but don't let that be at the cost of the bigger things.